It's no secret that money significantly impacts our choices as adults. For most adults, the first experience with money management comes in the form of a coin collector box. You might remember receiving a buck from family after a task or doing a good deed and putting it in your piggy bank. However, young children often aren't aware of their family's finances, but it turns out that kids can and should learn about saving and planning for their financial futures, even at a young age. So, as parents, how can you teach your kids good money habits? Stay tuned to find out. Did you know that children as young as 3 years old can understand the spending and saving theories? Not only this, but their money habits are generally set by the age of 7, as realized by a study by the University of Cambridge. The study reported that parents have the most significant influence on their children's money management habits. Consequently, parents shouldn't stop teaching financial responsibility with a piggy bank, as they are the first influence on their child's financial behaviors. Teaching some good money habits to kids can save them from making major mistakes in the future. Since most kids don't learn about personal finance in school, it's up to parents to inform their child's financial literacy, the ability to understand and effectively apply various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. These may seem like pretty complex lessons for children to learn at a young age, but it doesn't have to be complicated, especially if they start learning smart money habits early. That said, here are some important ways to teach your kids good money habits to help them control their financial futures. Model good financial behavior. The first and most important thing to keep in mind is that children usually mimic what their parents or elders do. Kids are observant and often adopt and soak in many actions simply from watching their parents. Therefore, you should model good financial behavior by showcasing positive financial habits and philosophies daily. So, it's not just about modeling good money habits, it's being a good role model too. If you want to really teach your kids about money, one of the first things that you can do is be a good steward of your own dollar and walk the walk. Just as important as the lessons you teach your kids about money is how you discuss and handle money when you're around them. For example, if you complain about having to spend too much on certain things and then take your kids on a shopping spree, you're sending mixed messages. If you want your children to develop good spending and saving habits, they need to see you making smart spending and saving choices. In short, practice what you preach and preach with consistency. Educating your children about personal finance is a process that can take time. But if you put in the effort and continuously communicate a clear message about money, you'll instill good habits that will serve your children well. Apply the basics at a young age. The earlier you start a child's financial education process, the better. Lessons should begin before age 7 because research shows that money habits and attitudes are already formed by then. Once your child is old enough to know they shouldn't be sticking pennies in their mouths, you should introduce them to coins and cash. Explain what money is and how it is used. Actually showing them how money works is more effective. Let them see you making purchases with cash. You can help your kids learn constructive money habits by involving them in your weekly household goods shopping and creating monthly budgets. During visits to the grocery store and other shops, let children take charge of the shopping list. Encourage them to choose the best product with value and use this situation to discuss spending, saving, planning, and more. Budgeting should be a part of you as well as your kids' life. The development of successful personal finances hinges on budgeting. Train kids to budget for every little thing. If you pay with a credit or debit card, explain to your kids that you're using your money to make purchases. When shopping together, show your kids receipts with the amount paid. By doing it repeatedly, it becomes a habit to them so as they get older, they understand it better. Discuss wants versus needs. Differentiating wants and needs is the hardest lesson for every age group to learn, especially for teenage children. So, you should assist them in choosing things that they really need. Extra expenses will make them devalue the amount of money given to them. The first step in teaching children the value of saving is helping them distinguish between wants and needs. Explain that needs include the basics such as food, shelter, basic clothing, healthcare, and education. Wants are all the extras, from movie tickets and candy to designer sneakers, a bicycle, or the latest smartphone. Money doesn't grow on trees. This is the guide that every parent should use to raise financially responsible kids. Children should learn that if you want to buy something, they have to wait and save to buy it at an early age. Money lessons at this age set the tone for their future, making them understand that going into a store doesn't always mean you'll buy something. You can even question them on items in your home to drive home the concept. For example, point out things in their bedroom or the kitchen and ask them whether the object is a need or a want. This allows you to explain the idea that you have to prioritize what you spend money on, leaving some money for future necessities. Nurture a saving habit. Your kids' early interactions with money will likely involve spending. They see you using it to purchase items, so it's crucial to teach them from a young age that money isn't just for spending, they should be saving money regularly too. Learning to save isn't just an essential money habit. Saving teaches discipline and delayed gratification. It teaches goal setting and planning, stresses being prepared, and builds security and independence. Help your children get into the saving habit by giving them a piggy bank or savings jar where they can deposit coins or cash. Then use short, simple messages to encourage your kids. You'll likely have more luck teaching your kids to save for short-term goals, such as a toy they want, rather than for the future. You can also encourage your kids to save more by agreeing to match the amount they save dollar for dollar or by a certain percentage. If your children are old enough to advance from a piggy bank to an actual bank, you can take advantage of a service called Greenlight from FamZoo. These prepaid debit cards and apps allow parents to transfer money to their kids and pay them interest at a rate of their choosing on any money the kids choose to stash in savings. This is the first baby step towards setting your child up for a lifetime of good financial habits. Make it entertaining and interesting. You'll probably face an intense battle when teaching kids about personal finance. That's why it's so important to find entertaining ways to instill good financial habits in them. For younger kids, you can use age-appropriate books like Bernstein Bears Get the Gimmies. For late elementary school kids, Quest for the Pillars of Wealth by J.J. Pritchard is a chapter book that teaches the major personal finance concepts through an engaging adventure story. You could also get them a subscription to Zillions, a kids magazine from the publishers of Consumer Reports, which covers money and buying topics. Another example opportunity to teach your kids about personal finance and get to spend quality time with them in the process is through board games. Monopoly and Life are two games that are very effective at getting your kids to think about the best ways to manage money and plan whether they should spend or save. Leave room for mistakes. Part of teaching your kids good financial habits is letting them learn from their errors. Yes, it's tempting to step in and steer kids away from potentially costly mistakes, but it may be better to use that mistake as a teachable moment. That way, they'll know what not to do with their cash in the future. Even if you believe that your child is about to waste their money on a toy or game they will soon be tired of, let them buy the item because it might teach them a lasting lesson. They'll feel like they wasted money on toys they enjoyed only 1 or 2 times and will remember this in the future. So let the kids do the work themselves, let them make mistakes, and have fun. Explain how you learn from certain missteps in your childhood. And that brings us to the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it, and just be sure to subscribe to our channel for more of our awesome content. And please give us a like, share the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for timely updates of our new uploads. We value your feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comment section down below. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.